Canada. It's that giant landmass up north, the one with all the moose and maple syrup. It's big, really big. In fact, it's the second largest country in the world. But surprisingly, not a lot of folks live here. Most Canadians live near the US border. And that's the fascinating geographical story of Canada. Let's talk climate. Canada is a vast country with a diverse range of weather patterns and climate zones. Canada has two main settings, chilly and chillier. But there's more to it than just cold. Up north, it's the Arctic. We're talking long, dark winters, freezing temperatures, and enough snow to bury a polar bear. The Arctic is a land of extremes, where the sun barely rises in winter and never sets in summer. Not exactly ideal for building houses, growing crops, or, surviving comfortably. The harsh conditions make it a challenging place for human habitation, with limited infrastructure and resources. Down south, along the border, things are much more agreeable. The southern regions of Canada offer a stark contrast to the icy north. The climate is temperate, which means it has 4 distinct seasons. Each season brings its own unique charm and activities. You get warm summers, colorful autumns, snowy, but not brutally so, winters, and lovely springs. Summers are perfect for outdoor adventures, autumns are a painter's palette of colors, winters are cozy and manageable, and springs are a time of renewal and growth. It's basically Goldilocks' preferred climate zone, not too hot, not too cold, just right. This balanced climate allows for a variety of outdoor activities year-round, from hiking and biking in the summer to skiing and ice skating in the winter. This difference in climate is a major reason why most Canadians live in the south. The milder weather and fertile land make it an ideal place for cities and communities to thrive. It's simply easier and more comfortable. The southern regions offer a higher quality of life with more amenities and opportunities. Who wouldn't choose a climate where you can actually feel your toes in the winter? The southern climate allows for a more relaxed and enjoyable lifestyle, where people can embrace the beauty of each season without the extreme hardships of the north. Now let's rewind a bit. Before Canada was Canada, before the Europeans arrived, Indigenous peoples were living across this vast land. They adapted to the various climates and landscapes from the forests of the east to the plains of the west and the icy Arctic north. When European settlers began arriving, they mostly stuck to the southern regions, often following the path of least resistance rivers and lakes. These waterways provided transportation, food and water for drinking and irrigation. They were the lifeblood of early communities. Naturally, these early settlements clustered along southern rivers and lakes grew into larger towns and eventually cities. This pattern of settlement, established centuries ago, continues to influence where Canadians live today. Let's talk money, honey. Economics isn't just about numbers and graphs, it's about understanding the flow of money and how it impacts our daily lives. Living close to the US border has some serious economic perks. This unique geographical advantage can significantly influence the economic landscape of border towns and cities. For starters, it makes trade easier and cheaper. Goods can move across the border with less hassle, reducing transportation costs and delivery times. The US is Canada's biggest trading partner, and being right next door means goods and services can be transported quickly and efficiently. This close relationship fosters a robust trade environment, benefiting both nations. Think of it like this. If you lived right next to a giant supermarket, wouldn't it be easier and cheaper to get your groceries than if you lived 100 miles away? The same principle applies to international trade. It's all about proximity. The closer you are to your trading partner, the more you can save on transportation and logistics. This proximity also creates more job opportunities. Border regions often see a higher demand for workers in various sectors due to the bustling trade activities. Many Canadians work in industries that rely on cross-border trade, like manufacturing, transportation, and tourism. These industries thrive on the seamless movement of goods and people across the border. Plus, living near the border makes it easier for Canadians to pop over for work or leisure. Whether it's a quick business trip or a weekend getaway, the border's proximity offers convenience and flexibility. It's like having a friendly neighbor who just happens to have a massive economy. This neighborly relationship fosters economic growth, cultural exchange, and mutual benefits for both countries. Infrastructure. It's not the most glamorous word, but it's essential for a functioning society. We're talking roads, bridges, schools, hospitals, you name it. And guess what? Most of Canada's infrastructure is concentrated in the south. Think about it. It's easier and more cost-effective to build and maintain infrastructure in areas with a temperate climate and a sizable population. Building a highway through the frozen tundra? Not so much. This concentration of infrastructure in the south creates a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. People are drawn to areas with good jobs, schools, and healthcare, which in turn leads to more investment and development. It's a cycle that reinforces the South's dominance as Canada's population center. Up north, they do things a little differently. Now let's not forget about the hardy souls who do call the northern reaches of Canada home. Indigenous communities have lived in the north for millennia, adapting to its challenges and preserving their unique cultures and traditions. And then there are cities like Yellowknife, the capital of the Northwest Territories, which thrive despite their remoteness. These northern communities often rely on industries like mining, resource extraction, and tourism. They're a testament to human resilience and our ability to adapt to even the most extreme environments. Life in the north is undoubtedly different, but it's no less Canadian. It's a reminder that Canada is a vast and diverse country with a rich tapestry of cultures and landscapes. So, why do most Canadians live near the US border? It's a combination of factors: a more temperate climate, historical settlement patterns, economic opportunities, and concentrated infrastructure. It's simply easier, more comfortable, and more convenient to live in the South. This isn't to say that the North is empty or unimportant, far from it. It's a vital part of Canada, home to stunning natural beauty, rich resources, and resilient communities. But for the majority of Canadians, the pull of the South, with its milder weather and economic advantages, is simply too strong to resist. A final thought: the Canadian mosaic. Canada is often described as a mosaic, a beautiful blend of different cultures, languages, and landscapes. This diversity is reflected in its population distribution, with the majority clustered in the south and pockets of resilience scattered across the vast north. While the reasons for this distribution are complex and interconnected, one thing is clear: Canada's unique geography continues to shape its present and its future. What's your favorite Canadian city? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.